So, how do you know if your security program is actually working? I mean, really know, beyond just a gut feeling. How do you prove its value? How do you track its progress? And maybe, most importantly, how do you justify its budget? You've heard it a million times. If you can't measure it, you can't manage it. And in the world of security, that is a really dangerous place to be. Okay, let's dive into this.
And this right here, this is the absolute heart of the matter. It's all about integrity. Come on, think about it. If you wait until after the fact to decide what you're going to measure, it's way too easy to just find the numbers that make you look good, right? Defining your metrics up front forces you to take an objective, honest look at the health of your security program, warts and all.
So here's our game plan. We're going to start with why we even have to measure things in the first place. Then we'll break down the 3 key types of metrics you need to know. After that, we'll get into the critical difference between looking backward and looking forward, check out some real-world examples, and finally wrap up with how you can start defining your own.
You know, for way too long, security has kind of been seen as just a cost center, this necessary expense that doesn't really add to the bottom line. But with the right metrics, we can completely change that conversation. We can turn security into a measurable, understandable, and value-driven part of the business.
Think of it like a health checkup. Metrics give you that snapshot in time, your blood pressure right now. But they also give you the trend line, showing how your health has changed over the last 5 years. You absolutely need both of those perspectives to get the full picture of your security posture.
All right, let's get to the good stuff. There are 3 main acronyms that really form the backbone of any good measurement program. You're going to see these everywhere, so let's break them down.
And these aren't just a random jumble of letters. They are a complete set of tools. Each one has a totally distinct job, and when you use them together, they give you this incredible, comprehensive view of your entire security landscape. Now, here's what's so interesting about this trio. It's how they relate to time. And honestly, this is probably the single most important distinction to get your head around. Some of these metrics are all about what's already happened, while one is focused entirely on what might be coming down the pike.
So let's start with KPIs. A key performance indicator is basically your rearview mirror. It's a look backward. It tells you how you've been doing, whether you've been meeting your standards, and how effective your program has been based on everything that's happened in the past.
Next up, we've got KGIs. Now, key goal indicators are a lot like KPIs, but they are laser-focused on a very specific destination. So if a KPI is about your overall driving performance, the KGI is your GPS telling you, hey, you're 50 miles away from your destination. And this is a perfect way to picture it. Let's say your organization has this huge goal to remove all the social security numbers it has stored on its systems. A KGI would track exactly that. What percentage have you removed? See? It's not just a general performance stat, it's a direct measure of your progress toward a specific finish line. And finally, we have KRIs, the key risk indicators. Now, unlike the other two, KRIs are all about looking forward. They are your early warning system. Think of them as the fuel gauge or the check engine light on your dashboard. They don't care about the trip you just took, they're warning you about potential problems just up the road. So, let's just boil this all down. The crucial point is this. KPIs and KGIs are backward-looking. They answer the question, how did we do? But KRIs, they're forward-looking. They answer the question, what might happen? One is about reporting on the past, the other is all about preparing for the future.
Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, but where do you even begin? Well, the good news is you don't have to reinvent the wheel. There are some really solid, established frameworks out there that can give you a massive head start. And a fantastic resource for this is the ITIL framework. It actually offers 9 well-defined KPIs that pretty much any security program can think about using, or at least adapting. It's a perfect launching point if you're building a metrics program from scratch.
Let's just glance at a few examples. First, you could measure something obvious, like the percentage decrease in security breaches, or even the impact of those breaches. But you could also track proactive work, like the increase in service-level agreements that have security clauses, or simply count the number of new preventative measures you've put in place. As you can see, these are all really tangible. And the list just keeps going. You could track the raw number of major incidents, and more specifically, how many of those actually knocked out service. You can even measure positive stuff, like how many security awareness events you're running. It just goes to show you the sheer breadth of what you can actually measure. Now, here's the thing. While frameworks like ITIL are an amazing start, they're not the final answer. The most powerful metrics, the ones that really work,
are the ones that are tailored specifically to your organization.
And this, right here, is the most crucial point of all. Your metrics have to be your own. I mean, the risks that matter to a big bank are totally different from the risks that matter to a hospital or to a tech startup. Your KPIs, and especially your KRIs, have to reflect what matters most to your business and your unique goals.
So let's put it all together one last time. A KPI measures past performance. It answers, how did we perform? A KGI tracks progress toward a specific goal. It asks, are we there yet? And a KRI looks to the future to spot trouble, answering, what dangers lie ahead? Each one answers a different but equally vital question.
And that really leaves us with one final thought to chew on. While looking at your past performance is super important, it's those forward-looking indicators that really help you steer the ship. After all, if you aren't actively measuring the risks that are out there on the horizon, can you really say you're managing them?